Hello everyone, my name is Kate and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the most interesting facts about Finland, many of which you've never heard about, most likely. You probably know that Finland is one of the most beautiful Scandinavian countries that is worth visiting at least once in your lifetime. You also probably have heard that it has magnificent nature, excellent welfare system. It is the happiest country in the world by the happiness index. But you probably don't know about many of the other facts that I will mention today, in particular some of the facts about its citizens. And let's start with the first one. The first one is simple, let's just warm up. The fact that Finland is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Breathtaking nature, stunning forests, unbelievably beautiful aurora displays, northern lights that is, vast areas of unspoiled wilderness with great fountains of sauna. Finland is a country that definitely not short of truly magical places to visit. And the next fact that is far more interesting is the fact that Finland used to be a monarchy for a very short period of time. If you remember from the Finnish history, it has not been independent for most of its history. It was either part of Sweden or part of Russia. In 1917, however, Finland gained its independence and for a very short period of time established its own monarchy, which lasted for the whole 3 months. Before the newly appointed king retired. Why he retired, I'm not sure. If you know or interested, please let me know in the comments down below, would be interesting to know. So in fact, Frederick Karl of Hesse did not even have time to be crowned during his 67-day reign. Well, monarchy somehow didn't work out in Finland. And if you ask me, for the best. I don't really believe in efficiency of monarchies. I'm a far bigger fan of democracies. Did you know, by the way, that Finland has one of the best democracies in the world? Well, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean the fact that there's an index that measures the quality of the democracy. And the measurement goes from 1 to 10, and Finland is somewhere 9.7, like very, very close to 10, which basically tells you that Finland has some of the best democracies in the world. And another interesting fact, did you know that GDP per capita, so in other words, roughly average wealth of individual in the country and democracy have positive relationships, by which I mean if the index of democracy is higher, then the GDP per capita generally will be higher. Something to think about. And the next set of facts is about Helsinki, the capital of Finland and one of the most beautiful cities in the world, my personal favorite. It's the one of the 10 cities with cleanest air in the world. It's a beautiful, eclectic mix of contemporary and Art Nouveau architecture, so walking there alone is an immense pleasure. There are excellent designer restaurants, lively bars, creative bistros, beautiful boutiques for shopping, galleries, all of that wrapped in a beautiful, stylish, compact package. Also throw in a couple of quirky places and super cute moomings and mooming cafes and mooming cups in those cafes. All of that together creates an extraordinary city indeed. Helsinki has been selected as the 2012 World Design Capital. It has been chosen to host Olympics in 1952 and oftentimes is called as the daughter of the Baltic. The magic land of Lapland is in Finland. Lapland is home to the only indigenous people in Scandinavia recognized by European Union, the Sami people. If you don't know about them, check out the Klaus, my favorite cartoon that's from Netflix. I loved it, and there you actually have basically Sami people, the ones that were helping the Santa Claus. Of course, everyone has heard about Santa Claus, right? You should know that he is actually based in Finland. Rovaniemi was actually the home to the original figure of Santa Claus. All of the other Santa Clauses are based on. 8 kilometers away from the capital of Lapland, the village of Joulupuki, how cute is that, and no less famous and popular among tourists, especially children, for Santa Park. Finnish Santa Claus Park hosts hundreds and thousands of people every year, so you can meet with Santa Claus himself. Children can also check out his domains. They can visit the School of Elves, where they can also learn about making toys in a secret toy workshop. they can make Christmas decorations there, no less. And there is a train through the seasons that they can take, and finally arrive to the gingerbread kitchen where they could decorate the gingerbread. Not only kids, you can do that too. And next, about Finnish stunning sky, in particular about the northern lights. Finland is the place to see northern lights, but also all of the other exciting things about the sky, including northern lights, midnight sun, and polar nights. So polar nights is basically nights for 24 hours where sun doesn't come up at all. That would be in the very north of the country during the winter. Midnight sun, that would be almost anywhere in the country. During the summer, sometime in July, there's even a midsummer festival. For the longest day, it's pretty much when sun doesn't go down at all. And of course, northern lights. Northern lights are extremely common, especially in the north of the country. They appear more than 200 times a year, so roughly every day or every other day. And they're very easy to catch. The problem is only with the clouds. Sometimes it's super cloudy during the winter, and it's very hard to actually see them, but they are out there. So in order to catch them, I would recommend checking online the predictions or the forecasts of them. There is such a thing as a forecast of northern lights, sort of like the weather. You say, oh, there's a northern light going to be here somewhere. So I would recommend checking those to time it well, and sometimes you have to get up in the middle of the night. And next interesting facts are basically about Finnish people. Finns live by a unique concept of sisu. Sisu is a concept that originated in Finland hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and Finns still live by it to this day. Although the word itself is very hard to translate, there is no direct translation, but if you put together perseverance, strength, and determination all in one, you would roughly arrive to sisu. When Finns face difficulties, they don't give up. They never give up. Even if you're licked before you start, Finns would not give up, be it in the questions of war or anything else. Finns are extremely brave, and there's a lot of respect that I have for Finnish people for that. They keep pushing themselves until they complete the task. And if you see how well the country is doing, you know it's not just lip service. In fact, Finnish say, what must be done by all means will be done. Finns are also very strong into sticking to the end of it. Finns are also famous about being reserved, thoughtful, and not particularly emotional. I think that's the case for the most part in my personal experience. That's true, but to me it seems quite cool, personally. Small talk is not a Finnish thing. People do not like it. In fact, many Finnish people dread the idea of small talk. Sometimes I'm with them. Finns, most of the time, if they say something, they really mean it. They really have to say it. In my own experience, that's the case. So I personally feel that Finnish people are fascinating. Maybe I'm not very objective. I have my own history with Finland, but still, I think there's a lot to learn from Finnish people. That's something many other nations can benefit from. The closest thing that comes to Finnish motto is 3S. Obviously, sauna, as I say in Finland, is one of them. Sauna came from Finland, is a huge part of Finnish culture, and certainly worth trying if you do come to visit Finland. Sisu, as we already pointed out, and Sibelius, the famous Finnish composer. And next on the list of exciting facts is the baby box for the newborn. Being a mother in Finland seems like a pure joy. I mean, there are a lot of difficulties, but Finland makes it as easy as humanly possible for parents to have children. Finland has excellent welfare system, as you already know, so all of what's supposed to be covered is covered in Finland, but on top of that, Finnish state provides a baby box. Literally, it is a box with all necessities for the newborn for the first year, including clothes and even mattress. So box itself can be used as the bed crib for the baby for the first year of its life. No wonder that Finland is among the countries with lowest infant mortality rate in the world, and this particular tradition of baby box in Finland is over 80 years old. And now a whole bunch of exciting, random, fascinating facts about Finland. First prize for wife carrying championship is weight of wife in beer. Yes, I kid you not, there is such a thing as carrying a wife through obstacles. Wives are usually carried either head up or head down, mostly head down. I'm feeling poor wife personally. In Finland, when someone gets a doctorate, they get the top hat, as in most universities, but also a sword. The meaning of sword is, I would take a guess, protecting the academia. And I feel like scientists need swords sometimes, given that many politicians go as far as not believing in the global warming. There's a super cool resort in Finland where you can sleep in glass igloo and watch northern lights from your room. The Burger King and the Parliament in Finland both have saunas in Helsinki. Finland has a national day of sleepy sleeperson. A last member to wake up on that day will be thrown into the lake or sea by the rest of the family. Hopefully the relationships will not be damaged afterwards. Angry Birds was created in Finland, the fun game that I personally have been almost addicted to for a couple of months maybe. Brown bear is the country's national animal. Rovaniemi is the place where Santa Claus lives, the real one, I mean as real as it can get. And you can visit a Moomin Valley. There is such thing. If you like Moomins, I'm personally a big fan, especially a big fan of mugs. I've never seen cartoons, haven't read the books, but I love the mugs. Can't explain why. I guess they're just kind. They bring kindness into the day, and I think all of us can use some kindness in a day, so that's why I love it. Great souvenir, by the way. And that would be all, my dear friends, that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully the facts were interesting and useful. Let me know what are the most interesting things you know about Finland. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put the like, and see you soon.